Hello, everyone. This is Becca from Willow Hill Designs. I hope everyone is doing well. Today I thought I would just pop on quickly and show some of the thoughts that I have for the new prompt for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 4, which is Vintage Embroidery. And I haven't really had time to do any work on this because our little grandson was born 3 weeks early. He came on the 7th of September, and then right after that, it was our twins' birthday, and we were having that at our house. And so it's really been just a hectic time with visiting and family get-togethers, and our little grandson is doing beautifully well. Thank goodness Mom and baby are very healthy, and he's gained some weight in this past week. He will be 2 weeks old, I think, Thursday, so it's really exciting. So I haven't had time really to delve into this at all, but I had a few thoughts. One of the embroideries, the vintage embroideries that I have, I thought might be something to use is this little hanky. This was my mom's, and I don't know if this was hers or her mother's, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut this up in any way, but I thought this was a very pretty one. And another one that I had is a little kitten that is embroidered on a sort of a tea towel. But it's just so adorable, I can't cut it up. And this is some fabric that I used for some little slow stitch pouches for my daughters for their birthday, to give them some money in along with their other gifts. And I love this fabric, and it seems like it'll work with what I've chosen. This is an embroidery that I did when I was 10. My mom taught me how to embroider when I was 10 years old. And I don't know if anyone has heard of the store Woolworths, but we got this in a Woolworth store. I saw these little kits in there, and I asked her if she would teach me how to do this, and she said sure. So this was one that I was working on, and it has this rusty stain on it. I don't know if this will come out, but it's from the hoop that I used. And the hoop that I used, I still have this hoop from when I was 10, and these, from what I've heard, are vintage, considered vintage now. The metal hoops with the cork on them. If you look on Etsy, you'll see them every so often, but this is the one that she bought me. And this hoop was on here, and sadly I left it in the hoop for so many years, and when I got married I took it and I left it in the hoop and never went back to this one. So I'm not sure if that will come out or not, but I'm gonna try to do some research on that. And as you can see, I didn't finish it. I still have some of this thread color left, and I'm guessing there'll be enough to finish that parakeet. I don't think I have this color in my stash, but I have the DMC chart that has all of the colors, the actual threads and their colors listed next to it, so I may be able to find something to match that. But the one that I think I will use, which was from this period of time, is this one. And this one, they're both on this tea towel, and you can see this one has a little worn hole in it, and it has a little bit of damage down here, but considering, I think it looks pretty well, and I think I will use this. I think this will work out nicely. And oddly enough, just looking at my other hexagons for this project, I'm thinking that the colors will work out beautifully. I think it'll go nicely. So I think it'll be all right. This is going to be a very eclectic project with all of these different little subject matters, but I know these last two hexagons, those colors really seem to work out well. So I thought what I would do, I took one of my, this is a June Taylor oval. I have a whole group of them that you can use for applique and whatever, all different sizes. And I chose the largest one and just put it on here, trying to kind of center the design a bit. And I'll lose this little bubble here, but I think it'll be all right. So I'm probably, this is done with a friction pen. I just traced around this, so that'll iron off. So I'm debating if I want to leave a raw edge on this or if I want to turn the edge under. I'm not sure, but that's, I think, where I'm going to go. I think I'll use an oval shape, and this is the hexagon that I have prepared for this project. I have all 12 done, and they have a fusible interfacing on the back of them just to give this muslin some stability. And then I also just did some running stitches to attach a batting on here. So this is all prepared, and this should be okay. That should fit within the bounds of this hexagon. So I'm not sure how I will cut this out, but being that I had these fabrics out from my daughter's slow stitch bags, I also had a pretty yellow fabric that I used on one of my daughters, and the other one had blue. And so I think these colors will work out on here. Now, how I will do this, I'm not quite sure. If I'll have a border maybe around this oval or something coming down, hanging down over the oval. I'm not quite sure what I'll do there. And I did take these little sequins out, and I thought that they might be nice to use for little water bubbles going up. Maybe I'll put these around the way that water sparkles when the sunlight is hitting it. So I thought that that might be an idea. And I have these chunky threads by Lori Holt. And I usually, when I was making cross stitch project bags, I would usually include a flower in with their project bag. And this was very nice to crochet with. And they're just cute little skeins. So I pulled these colors because, I mean, this is crazy. This is just crazy to me. I did this when I was 10. I won't say how many years ago that was, but I mean, the colors are pretty close. And I chose these also. I thought that these might look nice with this, and I was thinking I would use these for seaweed. And I just tied some knots in this, and just to kind of check and see what that would look like. So I may do some seaweed shapes with this thread, and knot it, and then kind of couch it down to look like seaweed. And I may mix some of this in because we have some of that color over here. So I may mix some of that in with the knots, or do some embroidery. I'm not quite sure. But I wasn't sure whether to cut this up or not. And I thought it's just really packed away in a chest that I have. And I thought, why not have it be part of this little project, and it'll be seen. So this is the vintage embroidery that I have chosen, and I can testify to the fact that it is vintage. And it just amazes me. At 10 years old, I loved embroidery at that age, and I have done it throughout my life. I have always embroidered, whether it was embroidery or crewel. I've always done some form of stitching and have always loved it. Back in the days when people used to darn their socks and things. I know my mom used to sew my grandfather's socks if he had a hole in them. Later on in life, I would just throw my husband's socks out. I wasn't going to waste time stitching holes when I had better things to do. But back in the day when socks were darned, I used to ask my mother if I could sew any holes that were in my grandfather's socks, and I loved it. So maybe I'm weird, but I really loved repairing the little holes. So this love has really stayed with me throughout my lifetime. And so I just thought I would share that this is where I have decided to go with my hexagon, to go with the others. And maybe I will find some time now to do some work on it, but I think it'll tie in nicely with the other hexagons. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'm wishing you many blessings, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.